I'm Duncan Ferguson and you're watching Toffee TV.
Welcome to Toffee TV. This is the Norwich preview show. I know that sounds weird, there's loads of stuff going on. We've done it all, we've done all the videos. Roberto Martinez, Frank de Boer, they're all there. Go and watch them after you've watched this. We even did a final word for the Sunderland game, which is incredible because dedication. That's just the way it is, we're just throwing them out, they're unbelievable. Yeah, there's a game on Sunday, apparently last game of the season. Goodison Park, Everton versus Norwich.
Dead rubber.
I don't even know, is David Unsworth? Is he the... I don't know.
It will be Unsy, won't it? Imagine they just trolled us and give us Dennis Lawrence. But imagine if he gave us Dennis Lawrence and they were amazing. Imagine like 4-4-2. Yeah. Wingers whipping it in. Everyone would be like, that. Swerve FDB. Give it to Lotto.
It's a nothing game, isn't it? But
it is a nothing game because they're relegated now, of course. So I hope Naismith plays and we can clap and just laugh at them. No, don't be nasty. Just enjoy the game. Howard in goal. One leg Hibbo at right back.
Oh, poor Hibbo.
I know, as if he's got injured when he could have played.
I know, it's terrible.
Is it going to be like? What do you think he'll? Yeah, what do you think he'll do? Because obviously the Martin's not there. Well, do you think he'll go all Gibbo, Ozzy, Howie?
There might be like some. I mean, I imagine Gibson will probably start, and obviously Howard's going to start. I imagine Gibson will start because he's capable of getting through games.
I think
Ozzy might start, but then again he mightn't.
Just come on.
And Pina, what you need to think.
Pina's not even in the 18.
But I think he will be, won't he, if he's fit. I think if Pina will come on. I think Osram will come on. I think Gibson will start. But I mean, obviously, you know, from that point of view, I mean, referring back to Roberto Martinez, because how can we not? I think the reason why it was so important that he wasn't in charge of this game is, number one, those players deserve a send off, right? We have slagged Tim Howard off to death. I hold my hands up. But
you have slagged them off to death.
You have as well, don't you?
I've given stick.
Oh, don't you dare. But for good reason. His time was passed a while ago. Roberto Martinez didn't see it. It's one of his failings. One of the reasons he's no longer employed by the club. But he deserves a good send-off because he's been a top-draw goalkeeper and an ambassador for Everton Football Club as well. And has also kept a lot of tattoo parlours going in the city for a while as well. They will be devilled when he leaves. So from that point of view, those players deserve a send-off, and they wouldn't have got that send-off, I think, on Sunday if Roberto Martinez was still at the club, because the players, people would have either just left or would have been given abuse.
Well, we'll never know, but that was how it felt. It felt as though people were just, and it's sad that the fans feel as though they had to take matters into their own hands because they haven't trusted their regime, have they? They don't know what the regime's going to be like under Farhead.
Unfortunately, Baz, I think what the problem is that it's not, well, it is trust ultimately, but they haven't done what they should have done weeks ago. That's the point. And then you've got a lot of other people who would say, why don't you just wait till the end of the season?
Yeah.
The problem with waiting till the end of the season is that people don't trust those people, so they felt like
they'd still have to make a stand.
No, well, yeah, but
I think if Everton would have come out last week and said, we've decided that we're going to part ways, loads of clubs do it, we're parting ways with Roberto Martinez in the summer, then I don't think he would have been abused on Sunday. I think it'd have just been flat.
But I think a lot of people would have worried, and I think for good reason, that the season would have ended, Roberto Martinez would have still been in charge, the Euros comes, everyone's sort of distracted, and then he's still in charge, and then he goes into that with Everton, that is not beyond the realms of the world we live in. So I think they had to get him out, and then on that, I think as well, the club always like to do a lap of honour just to clap the fans, and imagine Roberto Martinez walking around Goodison, you know, wanting to take his little girl on, that kind of thing, and it wouldn't have been pretty. It would
I don't think he deserved abuse, and I think he may have got some. I don't think he deserved. There's no point in putting him through because he's tried his very best. He's been, whether we agree with him, I don't agree with his football principles. I don't, but we've both had time in his company, and he was a very nice man, you know, full of dignity, and he would sit with you and chat with you. You know, there didn't appear to be any side to him when you sat with him. So there's that side of him which I want protected. I don't want him getting. I didn't feel comfortable when he was getting in the car the other week and he got a little bit of stick. I'll be honest with you. I would have ironically felt more comfortable if him stood on the touchline getting songs sung about him, which doesn't kind of make sense. The whole protesting things. Not sad. I'm not going to use the word. It is sad that it's come to that. As a human being, you're right. Don't think anyone deserves that. But then the flip side of that is when you check his bank account. No, of course. Listen, I'm not. I work with people who don't know where the next meal's coming from. You know, and I see the food. I'm at the food banks a few times a week taking stuff to people who haven't got money. So I'm not going to feel sorry for him when he walks away with a couple of £1 million in his back pocket. I'll go and take Everton nearly down in 12 months for £2 million, honestly. But I'd give a lot more passion. But it just made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I didn't want him to go through that because I want him ultimately to look back at Everton with a bit of fondness and think they're a boss, you know, they're a great club. It didn't really work for me, but the fans are fantastic and they're a great club. They're a day. But it's a business, and we are, I said this on a video the other week, we're all getting older, and we're getting older. I want to see a successful Everton. Too often, for 21 years, I've just seen us be also runs, and for the last 16, 17 years, I've felt as though we're just happy to survive. At the end of the day, it's going to be his ego and his pride that's bruised more than anything else, isn't it? So from that point of view, getting back to the game, because we've gone off again, because we have. It's difficult to know what's going to happen, but do you think if, you know, it doesn't really matter. We said ages ago, we said like after the derby it should have been Unsworth, and people were like, Unsworth, you don't know nothing. Like, we do, mate, because we know we're going to probably get beat the next 3 or 4 games. So we could see clearly where it was going. Unsworth probably come in, throw his suit on, and just sit there and basically. Unsworth will have the trackies. I hope he has like the Ron Hills. No, he'll have the Ron Hills tight, and he'll have that like the blue. No, the blue. To be fair, if he does wear a suit, I'd go up a collar size, Dave. Because it always just looks a bit tight now. I'm always thinking he's a strapping lad. I'm just saying, he always thinks it looks a bit. Just loosen up. I feel like. Where the Ron Hills, the Everton equivalent of the Ron Hills, the blue thing zipped up, chew a lot, and stand there. So we have Howard in goal. Ozzy, Pina, come off the bench, or would you start Ozzy? I wouldn't start. Come off the bench. Start Gibbo. I'd start Kieran Dowell. And start start a couple of young lads as well. Give the fans listen. The game's done. It means Norwich are down. There's not on it for them. Where we are, it doesn't really matter. Give a couple of lads a chance. You know, get Dowell in there. I'd play 4-4-2, throw the ash back up, go in the ash with Lukaku. But see, the thing with Rom is, I'm kind of looking at him now, thinking for him, this game's probably just a pain now because he's got the Euros. Do you know what I mean? And you don't want to be. I don't think anyone from Norwich is going to smash him, are they? No, but anything can happen, can't it? Do you know who's more likely to smash Lukaku? Morales. So play Nias and Morales up front. Morales would be like in training, like. No, but I want to see. I'd like to see a couple of the young lads involved. I'd like to see maybe Connolly at right back or something, and I'd like to see Dowell definitely be given. Or what you could have Pina start, and Osman start, and then about after 50 minutes, it'd be like the handover. The youngsters come on, and it's like the symbolic handover of one generation to the other. And then the camera pans to the main stand, and the ball, Marino. I am Frank de Boer. Koeman's not there, but there's like a hologram of Koeman. Frank de Boer, Frank de Boer, Frank de Boer, Frank de Boer. Yeah, catch on that one. And Marino will be next to him, and they'll be like doing rock paper scissors for who gets the managers. Being funny, I'm not going to say it, but no, I'd like to see a couple of the young lads involved as well. Just give it a little bit of a fresher feel, and just see how we get on, you know. And it's a game that ultimately means absolutely nothing. The fans, us as fans, we can just go there and just watch a game of football.
And without any politics.
But I'll be happy. I won't be happy. I'm not rabbit. So, I'll be happy at 5 o'clock when the season's done and dusted.
That's all over.
We've ruined Sky, haven't we? We've literally, Sky will hate us now. We literally just destroyed. We went down to Leicester and lay down so the league was done. Then on the Wednesday we went to Sunderland and lay down so the relegation.
And then the one story they had left was Roberto Martinez at Goodison on the last day of the season.
And spunk that as well.
Gone and got rid of it. And then we got rid of the other story, how would the end of season awards unfold out Martinez Day. We've ruined that as well.
So Sky hates us.
Sky hate us.
They hated us anyway. Yeah. Now they hate us even more. But Murdoch, we don't care.
We don't care. Tell us your thoughts on this game. Are you bothered? What would you do with the players that are leaving? I think that's the most important thing. Would you play Tony Hibbert with a cast on his knee while fishing? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
Video friends.
If you're not liking us on Facebook, go and do it now. It is Toffee TV EFC. Facebook, we're going to be Facebooking it live all summer, smashing the live button to bits. That's what we're going to be doing. I don't even know what that means, but that's what we're going to be doing. So make sure you go and like us on Facebook. You'll be saying, why would I do that? Because you're just Facebook Live. We're going to be doing loads of videos on it, and that's the only place you'll be able to see those videos. No, you won't. It's Facebook Live. Facebook. We want to be invited back to Facebook because they had loads of free sweets. So go and do that for us, and we'll catch you later on Toffee TV.